イドラが助けてくれたのか。ありがとな。イドラ？そっちに何かあるのか？
いえ、回復魔法じゃ体の傷は癒せても止まった呼吸は戻せなくて。
そんなことよりロージーたちの状況は。
そんなことですって？こっちは初めてだったのよ。
何言ってんだ。イドラはいつだ。
Alright, so this was the most tamed episode of Red Ranger yet. I'd say that it was kind of like borderline boring in a way. Now, there was really high moments, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. There were still funny moments that occurred this episode. There was still very much that Red Ranger antics that occurred this episode. There was still the moment of 𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐵 and our boy kissing, you know, essentially because she had to, you know, breathe the life of life back into him. So she did steal his first kiss. So, you know, that just kind of puts it even further that our boy Red as well as 𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐵 are ever getting closer, and there's a chance of real romance being able to be bud there, you know, which I think is a really cool thing. But I think that they have stretched out this little arc that we're in with this evil guy, and he at the end of it he assimilated with this, you know, with this demon core thing, and he looks like a big moon in the sky, you know, like Metaphori Fantasio. If you've played that game, it's really good. But essentially there's like this big face in the sky. He kind of looks like that, and yeah, that's kind of where the episode cut off, is right before the big bombastic moment of, you know, the Bonds superseding, the Bonds winning. The episode cut off, which I think is fine. I just think that they've stretched out this little arc a little too much. And they did a couple of things too. It's like once they had, for me, and again, these are just very much my feelings, but this episode, once Lowji let his jealousy override his mental, basically, like once he allowed his jealousy to supersede his, like, you know, ability to think rationally, and he went to go steal Red's bond plate, immediately he was done for me. So even when they happened to later on go over his emotional quote-unquote boo-hooey backstory of him being found by the princess and her whatever, like he wasn't even hurting, he was just a mercenary, like for hire, you know, no mana and stuff, and how he became a hero, like I did not care. He screwed the pooch for me. Like there's no redemption for him whatsoever. Now, even if the characters inside, you know, Red's pretty easygoing, so, you know, he just wants to create bonds with somebody. 𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐵 sees things from both sides. She understands that someone's usefulness might outweigh the you know, her actually liking them or not. But for me, I was like, yeah, dude's done. He's done for me. He's done so, dude. He's done so. No more this guy. So I was like, yeah, I can't anymore with this guy. So I just truly don't care. What I did care about, though, was seeing Red's, you know, when he splashed out in the water, he passed out. I like seeing his flashback with knowing that, okay, in the past world, whoever was, you know, the leader of their group, kind of like, you know, at their institute, you know, kind of where they establish bonds and stuff. I like that he had a bond with somebody who was 𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐵 centric. Basically, there was another girl that he got along with very well, that you could say was maybe his prior world's romantic interest, very similar to 𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐵 here. And I like how we were able to A, see her, and kind of B, see kind of like how he interacted with this girl who, as he said in his words, would always see through him. So again, this wasn't a bad episode. I think it was a 7 out of 10. Maybe 6.5 out of 10, 7. I'm going to go with 7 out of 10 because I like the anime a lot. It wasn't a bad episode. It was just very tame. And there was a lot of, like, you know, boring, like between my laughs, there was little boring parts in there. And I don't really care about the Lowji character. I just simply don't. For me, in comparison, this was episode 4. And if I were to rank them, I would say this is 4 out of 4 so far as like best to worst episode. I think number 1 crushed it. I think number 1 was awesome. So I think number 1 is 1. It'll probably go 1. I think it goes in that order. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, honestly, so far, if I were to rank the episodes. But yeah, I think this was another good episode. I think this was a good episode, but in comparison to episode 1, 2, and 3, I just think this was the most tame episode we've gotten so far. But again, like I said, I like seeing, we got some fan service between the princess and 𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐵. We got to see some bath fan service between Red and between 𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐵, how he just jumped in. We got to see his, like, you know, I don't know, 15, 18 pack, whatever he's got rolling up over here. He's got muscles on muscles. If you like that, we got to see some fan service there. We got to see some 𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐵 fan service. So, you know, that is all enjoyable. And we did get to see them overcome the stigma that they had and overcome this enemy. He just happened to transform into another version of said enemy. So yeah, overall, I think this episode was a good episode. I don't think I'm going to go and be like, oh my God, you got to go watch episode 4. But I'm ready to move on to episode 5. But, you know, some of the things, like I said, I was able to laugh. I was able to learn more about Red in his past world. And we got a little sprinkle of fan service. So, I mean, hey, as far as complaints, I don't have too many. But I would put this at a 7 out of 10. But what did you guys think about this episode down? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys being here for another week of Red Ranger. One of the delights of the season, definitely one of the gems that not enough people are talking about. In all honesty, I see the top 10 ranks come out every single week, and I have yet to see this on any of them, which is a travesty because this is an awesome show. Whether you like Sentai, whether you like Power Rangers or not, this is just so silly fun, and it's just a cool little twist on Isekai. That I think is really cool. And, you know, if somebody may have liked an anime like 𝐒𝐻𝐻 Ranger, then this would definitely be one that is just polar opposite in a similar realm. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts. Subscribe and like the video, y'all. Like the video before y'all dip out if you could, please. Let me get 50 likes. Let me get 100 likes. Y'all see here. Let me get some likes. All right, my friends. I'll see you guys next week. Happy Sunday. Peace out.